Pomni! No, pomni! No, pomni! So, what have I taught you? Shorting is short-lived and you're gonna die. I don't wanna hear it, right? There, oh, you're legging in? Dudes and dudettes, if you're out there, please follow me on the YouTube. If you're not on the YouTube, oh, obviously you're on YouTube right now. TikTok. I'm not on Twitter anymore because all I'm doing is fighting with Palestinians on there. I'm done with Twitter. But stock twits, right? Read the post. The easy short was over, right? And about 7 or 8 days ago, right? That was the moment where I would normally blow my shit up because I would say, "Oh man, I didn't make enough money on the downside. I need to add to my shorts," which I did with the Carvana. Luckily, I got the hell out of that thing. And it wasn't the Carvana stock. I wasn't shorting the Carvana stock. I was shorting out of the money calls just so I could withstand the day where it did rip 25 points in my face. But my point is, you can't stay short this market. The market never goes down. So this, whatever this was, right, very well could be over, but you have a very specific setup now. If we ever, and I'm saying ever, if we ever break the double bottom on the Qs, which was circa 466, right? The double bottom, right? UVXY got to 30, had the blow off top, right? All that stuff, right? Every lesson I've taught you out there, right? Shorting is short lived and you're going to die. I don't want to hear it. Well, I'm just legging in. No, you got no legs now. Well, I'm just, no, there's no gooing. You're fucked up. You fucked up, right? You stayed short for too many days. What do you think it was going to last forever? Chances are we'll be getting back at all-time highs within like 6 weeks. I hope that doesn't happen, but I don't want to hear the shorts, right? Nobody was able to stay short. Friday was over. When we didn't roll over Friday, sorry, it was over Wednesday. When we didn't roll over and we didn't break that double bottom, when they threw bad news at it and the market said, we don't give a shit anymore. You know how you know when the market doesn't give a shit about anything? U, V, X, Y. You ain't got no alibi. It's ugly. UVXY starts to go down. And right there, you got to say, well, I guess it's over. I guess the bear market that never did form was over. All it was, standard correction. They used the Trump tariffs for the quote unquote uncertainty of the market. Ooh, but the tariffs, they haven't even been factored in yet. Uh-huh. Yeah, they've been factored in. They have been, and they're factored in. That's how the market works. The market doesn't give a shit. The market doesn't give a shit. So if you want to read the tea leaves, right? Read the tea leaves with me. What did I tell you was going to happen? I got short at the top. And what was I waiting for? I wanted to hear one word. When they start talking about what? Inevitably, when the market starts to go down, people start talking about what? Oh, the recession. The recession's coming. And then what happened? That was the end of the bear market. That was the end of the down move, right? That was the end of the down move. Just like I bought when you had to buy Tesla. I love Tesla. I love Tesla, right? It wasn't about Trump or Musk. It was about that lunatic who went on the TV and he started advocating for the ouster of Elon Musk, the guy that gave you the 50x trade. Now they want him out. Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's get rid of Elon Musk running Tesla. Let's do that. And right at that moment, that was when Tesla was under 225. It has now rallied 55 points in your fotch. And by the way, I am not going to pretend that today was a good day. I took the day off. As soon as I walked in with the futures up 300, I was like, oh, bull market's back. It's Monday. I guess I'll take the day off. And I didn't do a trade all day. I dipped my toe in because look, if they're going to rally lunar, yeah, the Kathy Woodstock that kicked my ass because I got involved. And then 3 days later, she was talking about it. And then whether or not they even had a spaceship that may or may not have gone to space or did tip over, you're telling me that this company was able to figure out how to launch a rocket into space, get to the moon, but they don't have a, what's the word? Not navigation. They don't have a, not propulsion. What keeps you on balance? Equilibrium. They don't, but you know my point. And I watched this thing on YouTube. I'm like, this doesn't even seem real. This is not real. They're not even going to space. So this company, right? This company that does nothing, they do nothing, serve no purpose, probably don't have a contract with NASA. They probably don't have any employees. Look at the website. The 12-year-old child who wrote the article on Seeking Alpha about lunar. And I was like, oh my God, this article is hilarious. He went on, he alluded to the idea that none of it's real. Now I'm thinking he's right, right? But so here you got the dumbest stock in the planet reporting earnings. Earnings. There's no earnings. The company doesn't do anything. They're hemorrhaging cash. They don't make money. They never will make money. They do nothing. They serve no purpose. This stock reports earnings and goes up. Bull market's back. We're back, baby. Woo! But did we ever leave? Did we? Did we? And the same premise that got me in trouble in 2001, I overstayed my welcome on those shorts back in the dot-coms, right? Well, that one's actually good. Overstayed my welcome in 09. Obviously, got my ass kicked between 2012 and 2015 fighting the world, right? At least I learned my lesson in COVID. I knew that shit wasn't going to last, right? What was my point? I don't know what my point was. My point was shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. It's unbelievable. But the reason I hate bull markets is days like today, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. What do you do? If you didn't sit here waiting, there was one trade, Nike short worked. And that's about it. That's about it. And that was it. That was it. That was the only trade that worked. That was the only thing I was looking for. Volatility is good for us. It gives us opportunities. You want stocks to get hammered and then come back and then roll back over. Those are awesome days. This was the best 6 weeks I've had trading in a very long time. And then I got to throw this shit in my face where I got to sit. You know what I did all day? I watched Younger. Yeah. Yeah. That's where my life's at. I'm watching rom-coms. I didn't even know what a rom-com meant. I learned that the other day. Rom-com. I had no idea what that meant. Romantic comedy. No idea. Rom-com. I'm watching a show called Younger. I'm a 53-year-old man watching a show about millennial dating. I'm a loser. That's what I did all day. I watched 9 episodes of Younger to keep myself occupied. The worst freaking basketball tournament ever. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's it. I'm out of here. But read the tea leaves, my friends. Recession, UVXY crashed. Bull market's back, right? And I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get. You know what? I don't care. I don't care if it's bull market or bear market. Day of the Jackal rocks. I did. We just got done with it yesterday. Phenomenal show. Thank God for that show because I've run out of content. And I want to let you know, if you're out there, if you're the guy that told me to, if you're the guy that got me to, and I know you're not the only one, if you're out there and you suggested watching Severance, how the hell did you make it through the first 2 episodes? This got to be the worst show ever made. I feel like I lost 2 years of my life watching those first 2 episodes. This is the worst show ever made. Holy shit. Who can stand to watch this show? Ooh, it gets better. No, I don't care. I don't want to know it gets better. Just like all you maniacs who, what was that show that everybody needed me to watch? The Wire? Yeah, it was all right. Wasn't the best show ever. But Severance? Seriously? How did you get through the first 2 episodes? What an open of a vein. Oh my God, the worst show ever. But nothing was worse than watching that St. John's game. Holy shit. This was supposedly a good team. 2 for 24, shooting threes. The guy was missing layups. You're telling me sports isn't fixed? You know those guys got paid off. Nobody can be that bad. I don't even know how to play basketball. You see, the last time I played basketball, you see that scar? That's me. There's a scar right there. I smashed. You see my nose? Because I ran right into the goddamn pole. That was the last time I ever played basketball in my life. I smashed my head right. I cracked my freaking nose off to the side and smashed. Look at that scar right there. That's the last time I played basketball. I could have done better. If I was on St. John's, I could have done better yesterday. I could have hit a couple of free throws. Man, that was some awful shit to watch. But anyway, I got to tell you something. My father did it again. In the middle of the day, I called him. I was like, look, let's see if my father got into the market. And he was telling me, he's like, you know what? I'm going to hang back. I'm going to hang back. I'm going to hang back. I'm like, oh, good. Because I said, Dad, I think this time it's different. I think we're actually going to go dipping a little bit, maybe 12, 15%. And right at that point where I was getting, I was like, ooh, this could get a little bit crazy. I called him. I was like, Dad, you didn't buy stocks, did you? And he did. He did. And once again, he didn't get the exact bottom, but he was buying Qs under 475. The guy is a savant. He's a savant. Holy shit. And I'm blind. I got to wear glasses all the time now. I can't even see. So if you're out there and you're watching this video, don't waste your time with severance and don't ever short the market for any extended period of time. You're going to lose all your money because you got companies that report they don't do anything. It's like Nikola. It's like SPACs. Holy shit. Nothing gets me more riled up than a day like today when I sit here and I'm questioning my sanity. My God, from 10, what was it? Maybe 11:15 till just now, I did nothing with my life. I just wasted a day of my life watching freaking Younger. I actually do like the show. I will admit, Hillary Duff is pretty good. And this brunette, fantastic. And it is pretty damn funny. And the sexual overtones are phenomenal, especially the gays. The gays. I love the gays. I love the gays. I love the Ramaswamy. I love the gays. The gays, they know how to party. I love the gays. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to go hang out with my parents. I'm going to go tell my dad, ask him what the hell he knew about this market. It's just never. Today was the first bad. I got to say something. This is actually great. March 24th, 2025. First bad day of trading. And I didn't lose money. I didn't lose money today. It's just so freaking annoying to sit here for 7 hours with nothing to do. Nothing. Shut up! See ya.